Now, the fraud and corruption case against former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede has been postponed after a brief court appearance today. This follows witnesses coming forward to express their fear following a shooting at a witness house at the weekend. Senior SAPS and Hawks officials are working on completing risk assessments for witnesses who are set to testify. The case relates to a dodgy 320 million rand Durban solid waste contract. eNCA reporter Dasen Dasen Thathiah has been following this case.
In fact, we expected today's proceedings to be fairly short. When we did get into court at about 10 o'clock, there was a slight delay because the legal teams were in consultation with the judge in chambers. And when they had come out into court again, there was already an agreement that had been reached. And essentially the state saying that they are still in talks with the investigating team. So this matter has now been escalated and it's being dealt with also by the DPCI because the investigating officer comes from there. They are now discussing ways to finalize that risk assessment that needed to be done. So essentially what needed to be done after that shooting that took place at the witness's home was that they needed to meet and decide to look at the risk that would be faced, that rather all of the other witnesses would potentially face, because that fear as a result of that shooting had spread with many of the other witnesses saying, look, they were also not comfortable with coming to court to testify. That is a process that is now still being completed. We were told today by the state prosecutor that those discussions are underway, that the senior police officers and police management in KwaZulu-Natal would be personally handling this matter to ensure that they find a solution. So when all of that is complete, by Friday at least, there's expected to be a consultation between the state and the defense teams. And at this point, it looks like the trial will resume on Monday. In order for that to happen, Cindy, the state needs to reshuffle its witness list. There would have been a certain process, a strategy that it would have been following. It now needs to change that in order for the trial to proceed, because there have been already several delays, and it was stated right at the outset by the judge that she was trying to limit the delays to ensure that they maximize the court time that had been allocated to this trial, because as a whole, it is already going to be very lengthy.
The Lillian Ngoyi street explosion continues to raise many questions as the City of Johannesburg authorities